Hey there, Justin Conroy here, and welcome to another video. Thanks for being here. In this video, I'm going to cover 5 simple tips to help you save more money every month. If this is your first time here, and you want to learn tips, tricks, and hacks related to personal finance, how to build wealth, and how to better manage your money, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. Coming in at number 1 on my list is using grocery store pickup services. Now, if you don't know what this is yet, let me explain. These programs are really simple to use. All you have to do is go online to your favorite grocery store. Most of them offer these services by now. Shop for what you want, pick your groceries, add them to your cart, pay just like you would on any online store. And then when your time comes, you'll set a schedule when you're going to pick it up. Drive to the store. Park in the spot, call them up and let them know, hey, I'm here. Shortly after that, they will bring the groceries out to your car, load it all up for you. You don't even have to get out of your car. So why is this first on my list? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but I'm going to give you 2. First one is that you can save a significant amount of time shopping every week by using a grocery store pickup service. Now, results may vary, of course, but if you're anything like most of the people I know, you probably spend somewhere between 2 and 4 hours per week shopping for groceries. And that's a lot of time. Honestly, that's a tremendous amount of time. If you use a grocery store pickup service, you can reduce your total time shopping per week down to about 30 minutes if you get good at it. Now, that doesn't include drive time, but 30 minutes compared to 2 to 4 hours per week is a lot of time that you could be using to do other things like make some more money, educate yourself, learn a new skill, read a book, spend time with your family. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Second reason you want to use online grocery store pickup services is that you can significantly reduce the chances that you will make an impulse purchase. You know, grocery stores spend millions of dollars per year researching ways to entice you to buy things that you don't necessarily need and that you definitely didn't go to the store with the intention of buying. These are the impulse purchases. You know, it's things like the Cokes or the candy bars or the gum or whatever the case may be that, you went to the store and it was not on your list, but somehow when you left, it was in your bag. If you think you're not going to a grocery store and impulse buying, I would challenge you to, make a grocery list, go to the store, and then when you get home, compare what's on your list to what's actually in your bags. Chances are you're probably spending in the realm of $20 on impulse purchases, things that you didn't go to the store with the intention of buying. This is a normal thing. Most people do it. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but it is something that we need to be conscious of so that we can reduce that. But, by using an online grocery store pickup service, we can almost eliminate the chances that that'll happen right off the bat. Now, about now, you're probably saying, hang on a minute, Justin. Don't these services cost about $5 every time you use them? And yes, they do. They're about $5. Some of them are less, some of them are a little more. I think Walmart right now is actually free. Just, do some research, figure out what's going on around your area. But yes, there's usually a small nominal fee of about $5. Well, let's do some math on that. If you can spend $5 to not go spend 2 to 4 hours per week in a grocery store and not walk past all the aisles of enticing things that you will probably buy just because you walk past them, and save $20 or $30 depending on how bad your impulse purchasing habits are, I'd say that's worth it. And let's be honest, even for myself, when we switched to online grocery store pickup services, we ended up saving about 10 to 15% per grocery store trip simply because we were not making those impulse purchases. And that's accounting for the $5 service charge that they want to charge. So all in all, I would say it's a pretty good way to spend $5. Moving on to number 2 on my list, and that is to open a HighYield online savings account. And I want you to make sure that you do this at some bank that is not where you have your checking account. This is very important. We'll talk about why in just a second. Now, there are 3 reasons why this made it on my tips for saving money list. Firstly, a savings account is, by definition, designed for saving money. Most people I have run across don't actually have a savings account. And in my opinion, this is a huge mistake. Not only is it a psychological trigger for your mind to actually put money into savings, but it also makes it slightly inconvenient for you to actually access your money. There's usually a 2 to 3 day delay when you want to transfer money from savings to checking so that you can use it. But there's also a limit of 6 or less withdrawals per month before you start racking up penalty fees. So because of that, having a savings account and using it incentivizes you to actually save money and not touch that money when you put it away. Secondly, if you take the time to find a high yield online savings account, you can make some interest money off of the money that you put in the account. Now, let's be clear that right now, at least at the time of recording this video, average rates right now are somewhere around 2%. It really just depends on what bank you go with and whether or not you can time it right. But nonetheless, it's probably better than the 0% that you're getting from your checking account. Personally, I use the Discover online savings account, which yields about 1.9% per year. Plus, if you have some hefty cash to throw around, Discover will actually give you a bonus of a few $100s depending on whether or not you dump in $15,000 or $25,000 into the account within the first, I think it's 90 days. But nonetheless, so if you have that kind of money to throw around, you may as well dump it in there for a little while and get a couple $100 extra. Now, something around 2% interest may not sound like very much, but let's put it like this. If you open one of these accounts and put in $1,000 and let that be your emergency fund that you don't touch for any reason unless there is a true emergency, at the end of the year, you'll have somewhere around $20 extra in the account for doing nothing except letting the money sit there. And let's be honest, if $1,000 sounds like a lot of money to you to put away in a savings account and not touch, $20 is probably also a lot of money for you. So why not make some money off of it? Seriously though, this is all really simple. It takes no more than 30 minutes to go over to one of these online bank websites, open up an account, and dump some money in there. It really doesn't take any time at all. So why not do it? Finally, I said earlier that you should open up this high yield online savings account at a bank that is different from where you do your checking. And the reason is simply this. The more you can separate your checking and your savings, the more likely you will be to succeed when it comes to saving money. And the reason for that is, we're creatures of habit. We check our checking accounts often. We watch the balance. We worry about it. We stress about it. The point of the savings account is to not do that. So if you keep the account separate, you'll learn to not look at it as much because it doesn't fluctuate. You don't have to worry about it, and you'll kind of sort of forget about it. Now, if you combine that with an automatic transfer where you automatically pull some money every month or week from your checking account and put it into your savings account, over time, that account will grow and you won't even realize how much it's grown. And this is a really, really good, easy psychological trick to sort of trick yourself into saving money and not even having to worry about it. Number 3, use Amazon Subscribe and Save. Did you know that Amazon sells almost all of the non-perishable food stuff and home goods that you use around the house? I'm talking things like paper towels, toilet paper, toilet bowl cleaner, dishwashing liquid, toothpaste, deodorant, dog food, you name it, the list goes on. So not only does Amazon sell these things, but they also offer a service called Amazon Subscribe and Save, which allows you to sign up for automatic deliveries of these items on a time schedule of your liking. Let's move over to my computer and take a look for just a second. All right, so I've come here to the Amazon website, and I'm going to go up here to the search bar and type in something that we all use, which is toilet paper. Now, we're looking for Subscribe and Save. So the easiest way to find the eligible items for Subscribe and Save is to scroll down a little bit and find the filter checkbox here for Subscribe and Save Eligible. So I'll go ahead and click that now. So these are all the items that are eligible for Subscribe and Save. Now we can just pick our brand. I'm going to go here with Quilted Northern. They do some pretty good toilet paper. And we can see that we can make a one-time purchase over here on the right for $27.99, or we can sign up for Subscribe and Save and get 5% off automatically. And you can tell it how many you want, how often you want it delivered. They say 1 month is the most common for this item. And then you can go from there. Now there's a 15% here. If we click on that, it'll tell us more. So you can unlock 15% savings if you sign up for 5 or more products in 1 month to one address with those auto deliveries. Okay. Now I ran through a big list when we first started, so I'm sure out of that list you could find some way to find 5 items to have delivered to your house every month. Most likely that is the case. So you can look at anywhere from 5 to 15% savings on items that you use all the time in your house on a regular basis. Not only that, Amazon probably has cheaper prices than what you're buying today anyway. So factor that into the equation. Now, if you've never used a service like this before, I will advise some caution. It is going to take you a few months, maybe even a year, to figure out what frequency that you should have some items delivered. You just kind of have to be careful. If you sign up for stuff too frequently, you might find yourself with a closet full of toilet paper. And if you make the mistake of not ordering it often enough, you may find yourself in an even more dire situation. So let's just be careful and make sure to start slow and work into this as you feel comfortable. But it is worth it in the end. Number 4 on my list is to ditch the cable and or satellite service that you pay for. No, I'm not saying you should stop watching TV, so hang on. What I am saying, though, is that statistically speaking, you're probably paying way too much money for the TV that you do watch. Most people spend anywhere from $70 to $200 a month for their TV services. And honestly, this is just way too much money. There's a lot cheaper alternatives out there that we're going to go over right now. First thing, depending on what shows you're watching, or even how much TV you watch in general, an antenna may be the best option for you. I'm sad to admit that a lot of my fellow millennials out there don't know that you can get a ton of free channels just by having nothing more than a $20 antenna that you can buy from Best Buy. Now, if you're out there and you don't know what I'm talking about by having an antenna hooked up to your TV, do me a favor and just go ask your parents or a boomer that you know. They'll be happy to explain it, or just do some research online. You can get free TV, a lot of it, with just an antenna. Second thing, you might already be paying for TV shows and movies through your Amazon Prime membership. Did you know that if you're an Amazon Prime member, which is about $100 a year, that you already have access to hundreds and thousands of TV shows and movies that you can stream online as part of being a member of Amazon Prime? If you didn't know that already, go check it out, because if you're paying for Amazon Prime and cable or satellite, you might actually just be double paying for shows that you watch already. Third thing you can do is ditch the cable and satellite and just pay for a cheaper service that has all the same shows and movies that you like to watch anyway. These might be something like Netflix, Hulu, PlayStation View, YouTube TV. These services typically run from $5 a month to $50 a month, depending on what packages you get, and they may be just fine for you. Now, some of you are probably sitting there saying, hang on a minute, Justin. What about my sports package or my HBO shows? Yeah, okay. Those are going to cost you a little bit extra. But do yourself a favor and take 20 minutes and do some research. You might be able to get the same sports packages or HBO shows that you're watching today, paying $200 a month to your cable provider, for much cheaper by pairing up something like Hulu and HBO, or even just having YouTube TV alone. Finally, last but not least, number 5 on my list is to simply use your credit card points, rewards programs, and cashback bonuses. These programs are wonderful, especially when combined with the other rewards that you get from having a credit card. More info in that link above. The problem is, I've met several people who opened up their credit cards back when they were in college and either didn't know or forgot that they have rewards programs as part of those credit cards. Worse yet, I've met several people who have some sort of mental block about using the credit card rewards programs, using the cashback that they've built up over all the months and years. And so this tip is really just a cue to you to please go out there, look at your credit cards, see what sort of cashback bonuses you have, and go use them. No one else is going to use them, and they're just sitting there. They're for you. You earned them. Just go use them. Don't forget to look for the deals, though. One of my favorite all-time hacks back in the day when I used a Discover It cashback bonus credit card was to go online to their rewards program, and instead of taking the cash back, I would actually buy gift cards for places that my wife and I like to go anyway, usually for dates. And so what it really came down to is you could get a gift card to a restaurant for 45 cashback dollars that was worth $50 to the restaurant. So not only did you get your cashback money from the credit card itself from making purchases, you also got an additional 10% in gift card money just by buying the gift card instead of taking the direct cash back. So, final thoughts. Sometimes saving money is not about cutting bad habits. Sometimes it's just about making your spending a little bit more efficient, or by using programs and rewards that you have access to that you may have forgotten about. Keep an eye out for opportunities in your life where you can maintain your lifestyle or even increase it by spending less money. So I'm curious to hear what you guys are doing to save money. Let me know down in the comments what you're doing to save tons of money every month on your own stuff. Also, if you have any questions or comments or ideas for future videos, please leave them down below in the comments. I'm doing my best to read and respond to as many as I can. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell on your way out the door. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And as always, thank you for your time and your support. I really do appreciate it. Have a good one.